Hey everybody, day 4, the Anti-Bitch Challenge up there recording. It's funny because the auto subtitles keeps wanting to name this the Anti-Fish Challenge. I got a new microphone. As I said, the audio quality will be improving. This will be my first test drive with it through. And today's practice is going to be another brief one. Had some acupuncture today, had to work out earlier today. So keeping myself a little bit limber, and I'm already beginning to notice the changes within my breathing and my sense of self. So the Anti-Bitch Challenge again is for the month of August and however long you want to keep it going. And you pick 2 targets and you do them every day. So this is the practice for me, is to build, record and upload a yoga channel, a yoga flow onto ProfessorFlows. And the other practice is 20 minutes of Latin practice, which both have been going well so far. Had some little bit of obstacles, but the entire purpose of this is to not allow yourself to get discouraged simply because you are doing what it is that you need to do. Today's focus is going to be about, let's say, power, and just knowing what it is that you do, recognizing how that's going to be, you have to be your #1 advocate. So in a word I'll say, or 2 words depending on if you believe in hyphens, self-advocacy, and knowing that when you got the sauce, you got the sauce. So we'll be doing another short, brief ground-bound pose or flow as we get further along the practice, and I'm able to practice outside and have different angles. We'll get more into that. For right now, we're going to stay ground and bound and keep myself in the frame the entire time, hoping that this microphone picks everything up. So thank you for bearing with me on day 4 of this challenge. Happy to have this new microphone. So let's take a minute and settle in to our practice, our sense of self, and recognizing what it is that you're good at. There's many schools of thought that say not to necessarily work on what you're good at, but practice on what you don't know, which is a very instinctive way to get better. However, it is always worthwhile to know what you do well. No matter how much you try, we are good at some things, despite what our mind might try to shake us up to be. So we'll take another couple of deep breaths. Again, demonstrating these flows and these practices as they come to me. Hoping this will help to continue to make me a better teacher. We can come to a nice child's pose to begin our flow for today. So for child's pose, we want to lower our hips to our heels. We'll relax our arms to our sides. So we can relax them in front, or we can relax them behind. I'm hoping with this microphone you'll be able to hear me clearer. It's powered by magnets. But we'll hang out in child's pose for about 4 breaths. Warming our hips up. Continue to be with your pose. Be with the breath. Be with the shape of the breath. As it goes in and out. Let's do 1 more breath. And we'll make our way to tabletop pose. We set the neutral for cat-cow. We want to have our foundation strong. Again, knowing who you are involves having a strong foundation so that there's no doubt, right? So keys to a strong foundation, you can work your elbow creases towards the front of the room, as in sometimes our arms could be here, but rotating them out. Again, as your body permits, and your arms are shoulder width apart, and your feet And your knees are underneath your hips. Knees are hips apart, shoulder width apart. Going to inhale up for cat. Making sure to get the turtle head out of the shell, relaxing the shoulders. And exhaling down for cat, rounding the back. Going to inhale for cat, for cow. Breathing in for the lower abdominals. Framing out the arms. And exhaling, energetically pushing our hips towards our elbows. Getting that core activation. So look up, look up, look up, look up. And exhale down. We're going to push ourselves from the tabletop into our downward dog. So we want to draw our shoulder blades down through our back and have a heavy head. For downward facing dog. Energetically moving your heels towards the ground. It's okay if your heels don't touch the ground. But you do want your head to be relaxed and heavy between your biceps if you can manage it, as you're constantly working the rotation of your arms, not externally out but internally towards the mat to allow the elbow creases to be towards the front of the mat. Making sure to not compromise your form. We'll be here for a couple more breaths. It's always very interesting because downward dog is indeed a resting pose. Yeah. And in this pose, our head is below our heart. So allow your heart to lead here. We'll come to plank, lower down, to chaturanga, cobra. And have a nice little small back bend. Release lower down for crocodile pose, Makarasana. From here, we'll put our face down, relax the lower body. You can bring your cheek to one side. Be here for one breath, one inhale and one exhale. We'll go towards the other side, inhale and exhale. We'll come back up to a solid plank, however you need to get there, holding in. And we will go into a side plank pose. Now side plank, you can do your shoulder. Come up on this side like so. You can keep your hand planted down and lift up like so, or to even modify it further down as we're being a little bit more lax today. You bring your knee down, keep our body in one straight line, lift the hand up. We'll be here for 2 breaths. Remember keeping your core engaged even in the modified version. Going to exhale, release, switch to orientation. So the modification again, you can have your elbow on the mat, but your main thing is to keep your body in a straight line. And place your hand underneath, making sure to stack the arm underneath your shoulder, the hand underneath your shoulder, and the hand up there. But again, for a lower sense of breath, lower sense of power today, and ease. I want to windshield, have our leg as a kickstand. Stay here for a breath or so. Exhale and come on out. Ooh. Feeling it. And another balancing pose from side plank. After to come into the middle, we'll go and step our right foot forward to a low lunge. Low lunge, you want to square the hips. So energetically moving our right hip back and our left hip forward. Bring our hands above our head or towards the torso. So you're pushing your pelvis forward and working with your balancing of the low lunge. So be here for a breath. Switch the orientation of our feet, come to neutral. Bring our left leg forward. Remember, squaring the hips, and this side, our left hip is back, and our right hip is moving forward. Get them out of the frame a little bit. We're gonna line our front knee over our ankle, and if you want more, you can bring your arms back, cactus to arms, grab here, all different variations of a low lunge pose. Again, to stay lower towards the ground. I'm gonna inhale and exhale and not try to do too much today. So after that balancing pose, we could bring our right leg and front, well, next to our left leg for a bound angle pose. And here we fold forward, we're pressing our feet together and are tilting towards our pelvis, right? So again, rotating or moving as if you're moving like a hinge. You are grounding through the sit bones, so one cheek shouldn't be up or the other cheek shouldn't be up, unless that's what you want to do. You can even make your bound angle pose, Buddha Konasana, a little bit more fluid or active if you like. Try it out, see how you're feeling, but just be careful not to do too much. They say trauma is stored in the hips. So sometimes when we do these poses and these activities, we might feel a little bit different later. That's the energy blockages and the chakras, however those things can move, coming up to the surface. Our sacral chakra is the orange base chakra, our root chakra is the red. Then you have the solar plexus, which is right underneath the heart. Most of us, according to some literature, stay trapped within those bottom three chakra systems. So we never really rise to the point where we're listening to what our heart is saying. So simple stretches like these, simple yoga poses like these, deep breaths like these allow us to connect deeper within our energy centers which govern our lives. Let us breathe. Gently release. Shake our legs out. We'll go for a seated forward fold. We'll bring our left leg to our right inner thigh. Raise our arms up. Start here. Bring them up and fold in like a hinge. Over that leg. We're going to fall here, here, here. You can grab a block or object, 5-pound kettlebell. If you want a little bit more, again, it's all about reminding who you are today. Let's breathe. It's not a stretch if we're not relaxing. Now, can you relax in the work is a true question. That's how you know you're really get into another place where you have that strong witness to relax whenever you are. So you breathe in. That breath is who you are. And exhale, slowly begin to rise up. Switch the orientation of our feet. So our right leg, if you're following along with me, be inside of our left inner thigh. Again, they can stop here, here, as you bring your arms up on an inhale, and exhale and fold forward. You might have a side that's tighter than the other, that's okay. We all have our different variations of our body that feel different things at different times. It's about who you are, what your consciousness want to express. How's your breath shaping out your sense of self in that bodies today? One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. Come out, straighten the feet. We'll do the same thing one more time. Inhaling our arms up. And exhaling, building from the hips. Seeing where your hands will fall. Whenever you exhale, you can work to pull yourself a little bit taller. A little bit more into the pose. But the key is the breath. Where are you breathing into? If you're all tight, it's not the point. You want to find the ease and relax. How easily can you be yourself? You can point or flex the feet if you want more. My dad would say you always want to stretch to the point that you're breaking the sweat. So you know that you're really getting your body engaged. Sound advice, if it applies to you, hopefully you begin to work up some semblance of a sweat. However, we're going to take our time to take in the fact that we just did that. Do a nice little glute stretch. We'll bring our left leg over our right. Put our head back on the mat, head and neck relaxed. Bring our knee, our right knee towards our chin. And we're lifting it up towards us, getting the glute stretch. If you like more, you can thread the needle and pull. You don't want to yank. A nice little pull. 2 breaths. Allowing that stagnant energy to move. Coming down on an exhale. Reset. Bringing this around to the other side. Making a window and feeding it through. Hope you all had a wonderful day as we begin to wind down our practice. Come into a sense of self. Inhale and exhale. You can slowly release your leg down towards the ground. Straighten that. We'll go into our final resting pose, Shavasana. We will allow ourselves to be present. Clear the mind. Begin to come back into our body. That could be a little wiggle of the toes, a clenching of the cheeks, the sandy cheeks, the wiggling of the toes of our feet, wiggling of the toes. Pulling the tongue off the roof of your mouth.
might want to stretch overhead and roll over to your favorite side, the other side. Take a second to continue to thank yourself for your practice of reminding you who you are, why these things matter to you. While this is a challenge that I'm doing, yoga is something that I absolutely want to live in terms of finding out the practice, because there is no performance. Simply doing these things to see who we are and open up ourselves. Thank you for taking the time to flow and listen, to sit and observe, and get to know yourself better.